Welcome to Load and Launch Your Course with Ease using Zoom and Gumroad. I am Majesty AliNICOLE WOW, and as always, it's a privilege and a pleasure to bring forth these mini trainings. And so today, I want to talk about transforming your podcast segments into courses and being able, of course, to use Zoom for your production development, and then uploading your course to Gumroad. So I want you to start exploring some of the podcast features that you've done either on your own podcast, and it could be that you were interviewing someone, or if it's a podcast where it's just you facilitating, or where you've actually been interviewed on podcast, and just looking at ways that you can take that content and use it to create a course. Now, some of you probably already have courses that are based on your particular talks or so that you, if it's something that you were interviewed on or something that you've spoken about on your podcast. But I want you to look at a new way to actually reposition and repurpose that content so that you can create a course actually using Zoom. We're doing a Zoom recording. And of course, most of you know that with Zoom, you can create an audio and a video, because once you do a recording, they provide you with those two formats. So using Gumroad to easily upload those productions, yeah, you can do either the audio or the video, or both, or create it as a combo package, or do them separately. But yeah, so I want you to start looking at that. So let's just say that you were facilitating a podcast, and that podcast had a guest. And so what you could do is use kind of the same topic, but leverage what your commentary was in terms of the conversation that you had with the individual. And so, no, you're not biting from them, so to speak. It just is that can be an inspiration for you to create your own course around it, especially if it was something that you found intriguing and that you provided quite a bit of commentary, or it is a familiar topic, to you, that you obviously could have a higher level intelligent conversation around. But just really taking your part of what you talked about and expounding upon that wisdom. And of course, you can reference the individual that you interviewed. And also, if you want to include the podcast link within some of the context of the course that you're creating, then you certainly can do that. That can go in the description of the actual course when you upload it, to Gumroad. So yeah, start looking at ways that you can repurpose and reposition things that you've leveraged previously, but now looking at a new way to create impact and income, for yourself. And again, of course, using Zoom. So create yourself a treatment sheet if you need to, or just speak about the topic just in conversation. Just like when I'm bringing these trainings to you, I actually don't have any treatment sheet before me, not a template or so. I am just in the moment sharing in terms of knowledge and wisdom that I feel inspired to talk about. So this within itself is like a mini course, a mini training, so to speak, just in terms of giving thought-provoking stimulation for course development. So you can actually do something like that too, where if you want to just talk about a particular podcast episode, or maybe a series or a couple of them, and you kind of group and theme them, and then have a dialogue in a sense, even though it's just you with the product, you just talking into Zoom, but you can create kind of the conversation and for things for people to think about. Or you could actually invite the guest from the podcast that you did the interview on, you interviewed on, and you can have them to participate with you in the product, or vice versa. A podcast feature that you were on, you can invite that host to actually participate with you in a product. And then it's a win-win because that individual too can take that recording and use it as a product, themselves. So I just want to empower you to make course launching very simple and very easy. People stress out a lot about launching courses, and even the ones who teach how to launch courses with ease, so to speak, even those formats sometimes seem to be very difficult, or there's an investment that a lot of times people just don't have. But when you can use platforms like Zoom, which offers a free account, and then Gumroad, where it's free to have an account, then that takes the whole budgeting complications out of the equation, right? So you could just get right into action. You can produce an audio and a video format, and whether you do it in one audio or video, or you break it up into maybe segments or so. It's just that easy. If you want to provide some type of PDF with that, you can. So when you get ready to upload into Gumroad, and again, it's extremely simple, to do. You can add all those different components and elements. And if you don't have graphics professionally created for this particular course, no worries. I always mention that Unsplash, where you can get free images, Gumroad has that option within the development aspect of when you're uploading your course. So there you go. So it's just that simple. It is just that simple. Again, don't make course launching difficult. Get on Zoom. Again, whether it's just the audio version that you're going to use or it is video version, there's many ways to do this, but just don't make it hard. In less than 24 hours, you can have your course up on Gumroad, because it's 5 minutes top, depending on how much you're adding, in order for you to actually upload it. It's a very simple, seamless process. And it's just phenomenal. And I can't stop talking about it, obviously. So again, just think about podcast segments that you have either participated in or facilitated that you feel would be extremely beneficial to expound upon the knowledge and the wisdom that was provided in there. And then again, create yourself a simple course. A simple course. I always suggest to people, you can provide a premise and then maybe make it into some type of Q&A exploration, some type of interactive experience that people can do deep dives within themselves. So don't overcomplicate it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just make it simple. So I just wanted to provide this mini training for you, and I hope that this has definitely been beneficial for you to get into action and load and launch your course with ease. So I look forward to being back with you soon, sharing more trainings of this nature. Take care and stay blessed.